Hi everyone, welcome back to Creative Stamping episode 1. So in the video I state that I'm going to be doing some projects out of here. So the first project that I want to do, that's what I have tags, right? They create tags for this type of thing that you don't have to worry about being so flimsy. With it is Footprints in the Sand. And this is called For the Boy, so I'm thinking these are masculine. Yep, it's just 3 cards, okay? But it's Footprints in the Sand, so this is the stuff we will need. Anyway, so it appears to only be 5 steps, which is good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you what I'm going to be using. Of course, the New Year, New You stamp, and we're going to be using the Sands of Time one. I like the Making Waves, and I'm quite sure I got this from Tuesday morning a long time ago. But it was $1.99. I was like, ooh, look at that. So I thought we could use this pattern because that's these down here, these two, and even this one is very masculine. But I want to use this, and I think I'm going to use black paper. And then I've been telling you all about this, but here's the Hot Buy, the Michael's Hot Buy. That I got a long time ago. Let's see how long ago. 2014. Yep. Alright, so I'm going to pick out probably one of these colors, this off-white color, to use as our card basis. So I'm going to go do that. Before I pick the paper, I just figured I'd do a quick flip through for you all. You can see the patterns, but this is actually textured. I don't know if it says that or not. It doesn't say that it's texture. It says Making Waves. Maybe that's what it means. I guess you just have to know that it's texture. Maybe that's why it's $1.99. I don't know. You know, I have a theory that a lot of the stuff that's using, not everything, but a lot of stuff they have, you know, sometimes the manufacturer, when they created, like, I think this is the color we're going to go with. Maybe when they created it, it wasn't the right size, things like that. Because I remember when what's it called, before they didn't have the company anymore, Fun Stampers Journey, they had a lot of paper there, and everybody was like, this is not the good quality paper, but it's still good quality, it's just not as good quality as the production paper. So I think the deals we get at Tuesday morning is amazing, so I'm not complaining at all. I love it. I do find some of the stuff I'm just like, why is this, what's wrong with it? Like, what's wrong with it? Okay, so here we go. I think we're going to go with this color, and let's see, because I am going to have to get a layering piece, but see, this gray is so cool looking, we may not even have to layer it. I'm going to try to do 2 cards, but this card is a little bit, even though I think it's simple to do, it's intricate in my opinion, because it's a lot of moving pieces, so we'll see if we can get 2 cards knocked out. Alright, so I have pulled out 2 sheets of, well, the only 2, I think it's only 2 sheets in each one. So I got those 2, and you can see it has that little pattern on there. Very cute pattern. And I do think that's masculine. The lines are not as dark as I would like for them to be. But then in this one, you can see it, and this is definitely masculine colors in my opinion. I got this card, these cards as well. And then I got, I don't know what's going on with that paper little sliver. Then I got that card to match. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to take a matting layer, which I think this black will be fine. So even though this paper has like 3 layers on here, it has the white, the orange, the teal, and then the pattern, I'm just going to use this because this is gray. So it's going to be gray, black, and then it's the pattern. And then I'll get everything measured, and then I'll show you. You know, I'm not sure if you want to see this, but I'm going to take one of the cards, and I've been using the bottom portion of the trimmer, the paper trimmer, but you can't really see the action, so just know that that's what I'm doing. And I just line it up into the line caught into my little metal strip, and I just cut it. Oh, that was a horrible cut to look at it. I don't know, I think I got trash in the track. So we're going to try that once more. I already cleaned the trash out the track. I'm not even sure why I did that. I was just not wanting to cut properly. This cut a lot better than the other paper did, the other one, but I don't know what's going on. try this one more time just because I'm a glutton for punishment. I've already put up some of the stuff that I've already started using, so I'll have to dig more out. Okay, so, yep, fine. Maybe it was just the way I had the card positioned, I don't know. But, nice, smooth, clean edge. I'll just trim that other edge up with scissors, even though I don't like doing that. Okay, so everything's been cut, measured, stamped. So this is how we're going to go ahead and do our easel portion now. But I'm going to show you how it's supposed to look. So we have this. This will be our actual card. So this is card base, but this will be the card front. And I'm contemplating whether or not to put another strip of black card stock around there. And I'll tell you why in a few minutes. Let's see. Yep, I have it like this. So you see how this has this around it? It's so wide, and this is much more of a square card, as you can tell. This is definitely more square versus rectangle. So I feel like, you know, I probably will, because I think it'll look a lot better done this way, as well as when I open this up. Once we open the card up, we're going to just pretend like that's open, right? So what I've done here is I'm going to glue this down just like that. I was going to put that other strip of pattern paper, but I decided not to. My back has been giving me heck for about a month now. So the last couple of days has been really, really bad. So I'm kind of in pain, and I really want to just sit in my creative space and create, but I'm not sure if the mind will allow that, as well as the back. So when it folds up, it's going to stop. I want to stop it right there, and then I'm going to get some foam dots or squares, some foam tape. I'm running, as I told you all before, I'm really low on it. I went to the store and got some, but it's not enough. I need more. I feel like I need more. Okay, so this is how we're going to do that. And I think I'm going to cut just a skinny sliver of black off, because it looks all wonky now. But this black piece, let's see if I can't make this straight so you can see what I'm talking about. So that's how it looks in this piece. So you can see I think it's a little bit too wide. So I think I might slice a thin strip off, because, come on. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just leave it like that. But that's how it's going to look. So let's go ahead and fix our easel portion. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our card base and we're going to score it half. So the half, I usually just fold mine over if I can't math it up, but it's right here. 2 1/8. And I'm just going to turn it over and give it another good score. And there we have it. So I'll leave it just like that for now. And then I'm going to come back and score it. You don't really need your scoreboard for this, but I haven't used my scoreboard in forever, it seems like. So why not? If you have your tools handy and available, use them, because if you're not going to use them, then you might as well get rid of them. That is the going philosophy, right? Like if you have stuff and you don't like it and it's not doing anything, or they say the saying is, if you haven't used something in 6 months, then you need to get rid of it. I'm like, yeah, right. Okay, so this is how the inspiration card looks. And so let's go ahead and do one more thing before we actually start to assemble, which is color this hourglass up. They call it the egg timer. Okay, so I'm gonna color the sand first, and I was like, this is upside down, Brandy. Now I was thinking about rounding these edges, but I'm like, no, I do want to make an oval easel card, so I'm gonna have to figure that out first and foremost. I think I got it already in my head how I want to do it, so you guys will be seeing that soon. I think, I don't know about how soon, because I have some things I want to do in my head. I want to get them done. Now on the picture they actually took something and made it look like it was a shadow. I'm not going to try that and mess it up. Okay, so I don't know if they have a gray color in the distress line, but I'm using weathered wood. I think that looks gray. What do you think? Maybe that's supposed to be gray. I do notice sometimes when I have pulled out the distress colors and applied them, it's not the color that I think it's going to be, even though it shows the color on top. But in my head, I'm thinking it's going to be a different color. What's the one craft thing that you feel like you can't live without? Like, what do you have to have? Not something that we need, like scissors we need. I mean, you could tear all your paper if you wanted to, but I really think scissors are important. You know, a scoreboard, you know, not the essential tools, the tools that we need, like glue, things like that. You know, something that's not, everyone doesn't have it. I know a lot of people don't have scoreboards. So, I mean, if that's what you really feel like you need to have, then that's fine. But I think mine is markers. You know, color pencils, color stuff. I hate when I do that. Because even though it's distress, it's like I made a mistake, even though, you know, I don't know. I just don't like it. You see that smudge? I don't like that at all. So sometimes I want to go in and smudge it all up, but I'm not. I'm just going to leave it as is. Okay, so we're going to do the gray one first. And what I think I've done is I've got everything in the pieces how I want them to be. So this is how it's going to be. And I think I'm going to layer... No, not layer, pop that one up. But everything else I think will be flat. So now we're going to take our piece that we creased. We're just going to fold it over. And this is why I did it on both sides, because sometimes when you crease it or you run it through your, you know, you create that fold line, it doesn't always want to do what you want it to do. So this is how it's going to look. And I think we're going to do our bottom piece first. So we'll do this last, but I just want to look at it again. Now that we have it actually how we want it. Yep, I think that's going to be fun. Again, this project should not take you a very long time. But if you have a lot of, if you live in Struggleville like I do sometimes, it may. So what you know how I showed you how I had everything layered up. Now I'm going to turn it over and I'm just going to pull from that pile. And every time I pull from that pile, it should be the next thing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to glue just this portion. If you glue the entire thing, you're going to just have to start over. You cannot glue the whole thing to have an easel card. Unless you're going to put another layer on top of that to correct your mistake. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this. I'm going to tip to tip, butt it to butt it. Okay. And I'm just going to smooth that glue down. And I should have checked to see, well, I guess it doesn't matter because we're not using the inside really for what the intended purpose is this time around. All right, so there we have that. Okay, so we have it. We have our card base and our card front now. And so while that glue is drying a little bit, and you see, and you got to make sure you get those edges. Don't forget your edges or they will start to peel up and you'll have to stick some glue inside and make it stick down. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so in this, yes, I apologize for that. My words sometimes don't want to come out. But for the bottom portion or the inside of the card, we're going to glue this one down. Hopefully I can pick it up. Glue this down. Thankfully it dries clear in case we don't get it in the spot we want. Now, since these edges are distressed, you need to be very careful. You know, I was worried about that little smudge, but if you're not careful with your distress, it will smear because, you know, distress reacts. I can't wait to go to the store and get those archival inks. I saw some online and someone's selling them on Etsy for like too much money. Ball this up and then we'll layer it together. All right, so here we are. Make sure the card folds up properly. So the card base is 4 and nope. All right, so I screwed up the first one. I pulled I put it down wrong. I got ready to pull it up and it was like, no, Brandy, you need to start over. So here we are. It's like nothing ever happened. So now, what I was going to say is that you should probably measure this out a little bit better than just plopping it on. But if you just plop it on, just be very careful with that. So I was going to say that this is, the card base is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So the paper is 4 by 5 1/4. And that's what I tried to do on all of it, is try to measure it down just by 1/2 inch or quarters. So it could be really, you know, nice and layered. But since I'm not using the exact same paper that they have and the same measurements, you know, I decided to do my own creative license. I think that's what you guys, yeah, creative license, yep. And at the end of the day, the magazine and the stamps and those tutorials or go-bys are just tutorials and go-bys, not copy exactly what I've done. But use what I've done, make it your own, make it better, and go from there. So now I just want to make sure that I'm still working in the fold, just like that, versus not the fold, because if I work on the fold, then I won't have a backwards card. And I've done that before, which is okay to do. You can always cut it and fix it. Throw some washi tape on there. If it was unintentional to be all jacked up. So here we go. So I was saying, I went to Joann Fabric to actually look for some more foam tape, and they had the 40% off coupon plus a 20% off of that. So I also went, sometimes they have kids toys, and I was looking for something for the little room at Thomas. They had Cranky the Crane there, and it was $35 when I first went, and it was originally $70. I was like, I am not paying $35 for something that's on quote-unquote clearance. You know, Joann's clearance is not the greatest anyway. They need to get better with that clearance stuff. Anyway, so I went and looked in the clearance section. They didn't have it anymore. Somebody probably bought it because they had the additional 25% off the kid stuff, and somebody probably got it down. You know, if you are a good negotiator, you can get stuff cheaper, I believe. I am not good at haggling at all. I'm much more like, how much is it? Okay, if it's something I want to pay, I'll just buy it. If it's not, I'm just like, okay, no, I don't want to get it. And then, so when I lived in Italy, that was the name of the game. If it was $20, you know, a lira at that point when I lived there, if it's 20 lira, you really want to walk away spending 6 lira. So I was just not good at it. But my friend Tiziana, who's Italian, was like, no, we're not, you know, she's the negotiator. Because those, she knows better than I do about how to haggle, I guess. She's been living there her life. And I know you're probably thinking, Brandy, why didn't you distress that. I didn't want to distress everything. I just wanted to distress some stuff. So hopefully you guys are okay with that. All right, and so here comes the easel portion. I put 3 strips of tape down because I wanted it to be a good firm easel versus not. All right, so this is how it looks. I love it, love it, love it. I'm gonna go ahead and do the orange one, and you'll see that picture. You'll see that all put together. Alrighty, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so this is our finished orange card, and you know, I was thinking that it needed some bling, and I was looking for my little diamond cards, my little diamond thing, but I was just like, let's just leave it alone. So this is it. I think it turned out great. Super cool. Trying to make sure you can see the whole thing. So I really love how it came out. I was going to stamp on the envelope because, you know, I told you I'm trying to do better with by the envelopes. Chase your dreams. But I think I'll just leave it as is. And then I also like this one. You know, I told you also I want to do more than one card. So these are the 2 completed cards. I really like them. And I think that since it doesn't have a sentiment on there, the easel portion actually, you can see it like that, the easel portion actually does bring it in together. I hope that you've enjoyed watching this video. Leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know if you make easel cards and do you enjoy them, and would you like to see more. And the Creative Stamping magazine, if you went out and purchased it or you got it, and if you can remember, let me know what you'd like to see from that magazine. I'll try to do it. So until next time, my fingers will not stop moving, right? Until next time, happy crafting.